Senator Ted Cruz is still fighting for his political life down there in the state of Texas. And in an attempt to kind of help him out a little bit, the state election authorities have been purging thousands of newly registered voters from the voting rolls. You see, over the last 4 years, actually, there has been a surge in new registered voters in the state of Texas. It's actually surged by 11%, which is a pretty big increase. Republicans are worried because anytime there's an increase in newly registered voters, it is typically among the younger generation, as these registrations are. And those people tend to go a little bit to the left, and they're not really thrilled about Republican candidates right now. They have no reason to be, ever, really. So nonetheless, the state of Texas has decided that they were going to toss out thousands of these newly submitted voter registration forms in the state of Texas because they allegedly didn't include a signature on the registration. Now, Texas law does not require a signature on your voter registration, so that means that not only were they purging thousands of voters, they were purging them illegally from the voting rolls. And they did it, this Republican-controlled state, because they understand that if you get rid of the young voters, you get rid of the new voters, you get rid of the people who clearly want to participate in the process, and you're going to help Republicans by doing it. By getting them out of there, you help Republicans. And at a time when Ted Cruz is kind of consistently tied statistically with his opponent, Beto O'Rourke, that's the perfect time to purge voters that might push O'Rourke over the edge and finally unseat Ted Cruz. And that is exactly what's happening in the state of Texas. It's happening all over this country. It's happening in Florida. It's happening in Ohio. It's happening in all kinds of states where there are very hotly contested elections where Democrats have the opportunity to take over once strongly held Republican seats in both the House and the Senate. The only way Republicans feel they can win is to cheat. But as long as we do have groups out there, which there's been a lot of voter groups out there in Texas helping these people who had their applications rejected, resubmit them, and finally get approved. I think 2,400 actually have already been reapproved after being rejected. That's likely not enough to sway the election, but hopefully it's enough to make sure that we have people out there who want to participate in the process and are allowed to participate in the process. Republicans are pulling out every single possible dirty trick. We need more organizations out there helping people to overcome these hurdles. Because if we can do that, if we can get people to the polls, if we can get them to cast their votes, we can finally get these vote-suppressing, voter-purging Republicans out of office and maybe get some laws in place to where we don't have to deal with this form of election cheating anymore.